I did something last night that I never do, which is scroll away for about an hour. I went on TikTok, I went on Instagram, I went on Facebook, and I just went on all social circles, LinkedIn. I read some of the news on different news feeds, just something I'm not into. But I started to understand why everything is so polarizing. And I saw these people believe that, those people believe that, and everybody is getting more and more separate into their own corners, and then even dividing even more and more in their own corners based on what they think. And everybody seems to have forgotten that we were just children coming into the world, and we were indoctrinated with all kinds of different beliefs that weren't our beliefs. So now we're protecting, standing up for, and shouting about things that aren't actually our ideas. Nobody came into the world a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew. Nobody came in as a Republican, Democrat, Labor supporter. Nobody did that. Everybody just came into the world. And then whatever food they were fed physically, mentally, spiritually, that's who we became. So we have to go back to who are we? What do we actually stand for? And I think all this resistance that we're giving is just making everybody harder and harder. And we're not learning from history. America was born on the destruction of the Indians. They were the medicine keepers. They were the land keepers. They lived off the land. We didn't learn from them. We destroyed them. So now we're going to destroy each other because everything was built on destruction from the beginning. So now if we're going to fight and resist and name call and do whatever else, all we're doing is making the opposition, the people on the other side, harder and harder to reach, because all they think is we're being attacked. So attacking people is not the way. And I'm not just talking spiritually. I'm saying that if we want something different to happen, we're going to have to do it differently. And that means not with the ego, but we're going to have to do it with our spiritual mindset, with our love for each other. And we're going to have to go past our hurts and what we believe in, because what we believe in is what somebody else taught us. We're going to have to get educated on what is it that we actually believe in. Do we think the other people are really bad? Do we think they are so different than us? They're not. And we're not going to win people over with anger and hate and destruction. And look at the feminist movement. It's gone backwards because it was based on fighting. And fighting is based on ego. And all the masculinity is now coming out with guys going, we need to get back to masculinity. So all the guys are getting lost. So nothing has come that lasted. I'm saying short term, yes. You could take a bunch of supplements short term and they're going to help you. But if you're still going to eat the way you do, think the way you do, your well-being is not going to be well over the long term, which is what we're seeing in the health system. People are getting sicker and sicker because they think, oh, I'll just take some supplements. Oh, I'll just eat well for a bit. Oh, I'll juice, I'll fast. But meantime, whatever's going on in your mind is ruling your life. So nothing is changing except if you change it. But if you just join different groups that are idealizing things that you think you believe in, then you're just fooling yourself. You're not actually going forward. You're just living through the ego. And then when everything calms down and quiets down again, you'll be left with yourself and having to go through the fact that you haven't evolved. So that's what I'm thinking about this morning. how am I going to evolve more? And if you want to evolve, you're going to have to do it completely different than what the masses are doing. Because the masses are easy to control. You watch social media, like I did last night, and it takes you in one direction or the other. I saw comedians making fun of the president. What happens? He watches it, he gets harder and harder, and he distances himself even more because he justifies the fact that the people on the other side are attacking him. So that takes him even further. And I'm not saying people are doing the right thing. I'm just saying, what is it that we want? If we want a peaceful world, we're going to have to be peaceful. If we want a healthier world, then we're going to have to be healthier. And not just in what we say, because everybody can talk a good talk. Say all kinds of beautiful, positive things to charm everybody. But what are you thinking in your own private time? What are you eating when nobody's looking? What are you doing spiritually to grow when no camera's on you? That's who you really are. So if you want destruction and you want everything to go on as it is, well, just keep living on as it is, because that's the system that will support it. Because social media and the world and the news, everything is set up for confrontation, because that's what keeps the eyeballs on. But if you're looking to do it differently, then you're going to have to look to yourself and say, how am I going to be doing it? How can I change? How can I do things differently to get a different result? That's going to take some work. It's going to have to be you fighting your own ego, because it's way easier to put people down and take sides than to take the middle path, which includes everybody. And everybody can walk together, because ultimately, if I'm in the middle ground, people will start to join me from both sides. That's where unity is, not joining each side and saying who's right and who's wrong.